crazy test drive story. You're not gonna want to miss this. All right, so this didn't happen to me. This happened to a coworker of mine, but it's still fresh on my mind, so I have to tell the world about this crazy test drive. Customer comes in with a buddy of his, wants to test drive a 2016 Ford Fusion, one of our as-is vehicles. Perfect, no problem. Customer is like, hey, I would like to show my wife, you know, this vehicle. She just got off work. Is it okay? Do you guys do extended test drives? Is it okay if I take her, bring it tomorrow? No, we don't do that. But, you know, let me go ask my manager if it's okay if you drive, you know, 30 minutes, show her, and then come back. You're still gonna make it before closing, no problem. Customer signs a bunch of documents, we get his insurance information, cool. Customer leaves. All right, salesman gets a warm and fuzzy feeling that something might be amiss here because he looks up the address on the guy's driver's license and it's to a motel. All right, well, let me look in the database because he's been here before. Finds the other address, which is a Bradenton address. So, and then found out that his fiance or wife is at his dad's house, you know, in Bradenton, you know, like 30 minutes away. So he's like, all right, I'll give him some time, you know, like 30, 40 minutes. I'll give him a call, you know, see what's up. So 30 minutes goes by and, you know, nothing. So long story short, him and another coworker drive to the address to see what's going on, pulls up, sees the Ford Fusion, sees another Ford Fusion parked right next to the vehicle. Hood is up, he sees a battery on the ground and he's like, that's very odd. Gets out of the vehicle, another person runs into the house. Then the guy comes out and then apparently, you know, starts talking to him. He's like, hey, yeah, what's weird? So I was probably gonna come back tomorrow. I was gonna give you a call, but I ended up getting pulled over since the plate wasn't on it, you know. It was in the back window, but I guess it had fallen. Well, apparently the cop wrote him a $160 ticket, and the customer is just asking him like, yeah, you know, so what's going on with this vehicle? It's a little bit different than that Fusion. He's like, oh, it's a Fusion hybrid. He's like, oh, so what does that mean? So salesman goes over all the information, was just like, yeah, you know, this is why it's got a hybrid battery, you know. It's like, oh, so like a 12 volt? He's like, no, it's a hybrid battery. There's a separate 12 volt battery, you know, that's for the lights, you know, starting the car, stuff like that. He's like, oh, okay. So they go over that. So then he ends up getting in the car, then drives it back to the dealership, and he noticed a few weird things when he was just kind of like looking over the vehicle, and he got the funny feeling that this guy 100% was test driving the Ford Fusion to take our battery out and swap it with either his or his buddy's battery. And he just had no idea that the actual 12 volt battery is in the trunk of the Ford Fusion hybrid and not in the front. I can't make this up. This is a wild story that, you know, obviously didn't happen to me, happened to a coworker of mine. Let me know in the comments, what's your craziest test drive story that you have either done, or hey, salespeople, what has happened to you on test drives? That's wild. And for more content like this, follow Matthew in the showroom.